Yo, good evening, USA, International, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, Queens. This is your man and homie, G Money Stacks, aka the Greginator, YouTuber, creator, host with the most, misunderstood, lonely nomad, unstoppable, independent podcaster, and of course, Queens, New York native, who is also a New York Mets fan from Laurelton, Queens, New York. And yes, you're now listening, tuning in, rocking with me, and watching the 348th episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York Avenue podcast. Live and direct from StreamYard and YouTube, and along with the comedy space for wild, crazy, fun topics in entertainment news, including hip hop, of course, transit, and other segments in between. And 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 I hope you folks out there are ready for this weekend coming up. And of course, fall starts next week. Fall starts next week on the 22nd, I believe. So, last time I checked. And speaking of fall, man, I hope everybody has their warm clothes and winter hats and stuff ready on deck on standby. Yes. In the meantime, hit that like button, and alongside with the comment, and alongside with leaving a comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel G Money Stacks 555 for more live video podcast episodes, and of course add the podcast to your playlist. Enable alerts for new episodes dropping on a weekly basis. Every audio episode drops on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And also Also, be sure to share the podcast along with along with everybody that you know, and all that great stuff. Tell a friend to another friend. Tell them to subscribe to the YouTube channel page. Trying to grow this subscribers up and stuff. So it'll take some time for me to actually grow my subscribers up. So you know what I'm saying. So I'm not really too worried about it, but it'll be nice if you at home can actually subscribe to the channel for more episodes and topics and stuff. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say right there. And I'll handle the rest where you can listen, stream, and watch new episodes and previous episodes in between in case you miss any of them whatsoever. Don't worry, I got your back. All right. So, um, in today's episode, I don't have a mental health topic today, and I don't have any trending topics to talk about for the chat and all the jazz segment for today. So today we're gonna be talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. Um, yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine, the R-rated R-rated movie with the two heroes is what we're gonna be talking about today. And alongside with some video game news and some stuff to do for the weekend and all that great stuff right there. So, um, but first, before we even get to that, what do you say we go into? What do you say we go into some transit news, man? Since I don't have a mental health topic today, so let's get into some transit stuff, man. Right here, the New York Mass Transit Files, right here. Let's get into it right here, right now. All right. Let's see. Let me make sure I get this right, actually. Hold on 1 second, folks. Okay, let me get to. Hold on 1 second here. All right, let's get to the topic at hand. All right, first transit topic that we need to talk about here is in regards to in regards to in regards to activists who are trying to push for expanded bus lane along with the Flatbush Avenue street. So here's what's happening here, man. Um a cadre of activists, labor unions, and local elected officials are calling on the Adams administration to build a bus lane along the length of Brooklyn's Flatbush Avenue, rather than just its northern part, to speed up commutes on one of the city's most important but congested transit routes. The city's Department of Transportation last month presented a plan for a just long gestating long gestating bus lane project along Flatbush Avenue, arguably the main street of Brooklyn and the corridor by which over 130,000 New Yorkers commute to work on slow buses, which are frequently blocked in traffic. But at least for now, the DOT has only put out an initial proposal for the northern part of Flatbush between downtown Brooklyn and Grand Army Plaza, where speeds are the slowest, about 4 miles per hour. To be sure, but bus service is also the most complemented by the subway. Those areas between Prospect Park and Marine Park, which are less served by the subway, will have to wait. But the B41, the bus serving the length of Flatbush Avenue, averaged just 6.5 miles per hour. Speeds in May throughout its entire service corridor, where riders are predominantly people of color and those with low incomes. The roadway is constantly blocked by double parked cars that halt the B41 and other buses in their tracks. The wait times are long, buses are overcrowded, people are showing up late to work, they are showing up late to school to pick up their kids from childcare, missing dinner with their kids, said um, Jaleese Race, a senior organizer with the Riders Alliance, at a rally in Prospect Lefferts Gardens on Tuesday. The congestion is bad and it keeps getting worse, and we don't want the bus to always be competing with traffic. We all deserve space on our streets. Now, bus proponents are pressing the Adams administration to complete the bus lane along the entire corridor, stretching from one end of the borough to the other. They've also launched a new survey seeking input from Flatbush bus riders, asking what impacts they faced from bus delays, like getting reprimanded at work for being late, missing a court date, or having to wait in severe inclement weather, as well as their opinions on a bus lane. Activist groups like the Riders Alliance are being joined by a cadre of elected officials representing the corridor, including public advocate Jamani Williams and city council members Rita Joseph and Crystal Hudson. To have our buses going 4 miles per hour makes no sense, said Williams, who previously represented Flatbush in the city council. It just doesn't work for anyone. They are also being supported by labor unions, including the Transport Workers Union Local 100, which represents bus drivers and subway operators, and 1199 SEIU, which represents nurses. I can't count on the bus to be on time, said Allison Harewood, a nurse affiliated with 1199 SEIU. Healthcare workers need reliable service so we can be on time for our patients. Proponents will have to contend with Mayor Eric Adams, who came into office promising to be the bus mayor and touted proposals like Flatbush Avenue, but has lost the support of transit advocates after failing 2 years in a row to build the miles of new bus lanes required by the city's 2019 Streets Master Plan. The mayor was mandated to have built 50 miles of new bus lanes at this point in his term, but has built only 9.6, less than 20% of what's required. Asked on Tuesday about his position on extending the Flatbush bus lane southward, Adams had saying he was committed to what the residents want there, going on to insinuate that long-term residents tend to have different beliefs on bus lanes than newer ones. These hearings can these hearings they can be very contentious. Residents who lived in these communities for a long time, they have a belief. There are residents who are moving into these communities. They have a belief, said his owner at his weekly off topic press briefing. Some of the most contentious conversations I have is around these lanes, and you have to be able to weigh movement of people, safety, and as well as hearing from residents. So I'm committed to hearing from everyone involved. All right, next we have let's see. Let's see. Yes, Gateway Tunnel. Gateway Tunnel. Let's see. So this is according to Mass Transit Mag. Um, this took place on June 11th. The Federal Transit Administration's acting administrator Veronica Vanterpool sent an official 15-day notification letter to Congress for her intent to execute a $6.88 billion capital investment grant, New Start's full funding grant agreement to the Gateway Development Commission for design and construction of the $16.1 billion Gateway Tunnel Phase 1 project. This represents the largest um, double FGA in FTA's history. Okay. Give me 1 second. Um, all right. Hang on 1 second. All right. The GDC is on the hook to cover costs beyond the agreed upon project budget. The federal share is capped at $6.88 billion. The GDC has no financial resources of its own. It would have to turn to Amtrak, New Jersey Transit, New Jersey Thruway Authority, Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, um, and the states of New Jersey and New York to cover the inevitable cost overruns. Damn, son. That doesn't sound good though, actually, if you know what I mean. That's a lot of money and a lot of debt. That means your ass is in trouble financially. Hold on, what I'm doing. That's the thing about debt, man. It gets you into a lot of trouble. Yes, there's more to the story. There's more to the story. Hold on, hold on. Okay, hold on a second. Wait for it. Okay. Um. All right. Okay. Where were we? So, New Jersey motorists could end up paying increased tolls on the PANYNJ bridges, tunnels, and New Jersey Turnpike. This is on top of potential future New York Metropolitan Transportation Authority with the congestion pricing tolls to enter Manhattan below 60th Street, which I previously talked about last episode already. Why people are against it and why I am against it. So, if in case you didn't know why I'm against it, you could check out episode 347. And like I said in that episode, I do apologize for putting the recording on mute. Um, by accident, and I didn't mean to do that. And before I even came on to record 348, want to make sure that I wasn't on mute, and I think we are good to go. So there you go. New Jersey riders might face fare increases. GDC, on behalf of Amtrak and New Jersey Transit, have to meet a revenue service date of November 2040 or earlier. That's a long ass time, man. That's a long ass time, man. The states of New Jersey and New York and the PANYNJ are responsible to pay back three United States Department of Transportation railroad rehabilitation and improvement loans worth $3 billion. These dollars were counted as part of the project local share. Um, Many years ago, FTA would not accept other federal agency grants or loans as part of the required matching local share for any CIG FFGA. It was considered double dipping of federal funds. The applicant would have to identify funding of its share in an annual budget, approved multi-year capital plan, dedicated local sales tax, adopted local transportation bond issue, or other non-federal sources, providing local overmatch above 50% against the requested federal share could result in a higher rating as part of the FTA review and ranking of the project. FTA's ability to obligate double FGAs with significant overmatched dollars could sometimes make available funding to approve additional double FGAs for other transit agency projects around the nation. The approval of this double FGA is part of any administration's fourth year in office. They want to legally bind the next administration into having to fund the project. The Biden administration, USDOT Secretary Pete Buttigieg, Acting Secretary Vanterpool, and U.S. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer from Brooklyn, New York, are afraid that if Donald Trump wins the presidency in November and Republicans regain control of the Senate and keep control of the House, approval for funding in the double FGA might be held up or reduced. Yeah, everybody don't like this guy. Anyway, everybody don't like Trump. I don't like Trump, so I'm not even going to get into this right there. So, um, when I worked on when I worked in the FTA Region 2 office serving New York and New Jersey as director for the Office of Operations and Program Management, we called the fourth quarter between July 1st through September 30th our end of year grant and double FGA clearance sale for approval of grants using lapsing funds or double FGAs. It was also referred to as the Halloween Veterans Day grant cycle. All right, let me look up the acronym for double FGA for a second. Just give me a sec. Okay, what does FFGA stand for? So it stands for Full Funding Grant Agreement. That's what double FGA stands for. Full Funding Grant Agreement. So there you go, right there. All right. All right. We're gonna get into. Let's keep going. We're gonna keep going here. We're gonna keep going. All right. Where were we? Where was I? Okay. This was the code word for pre-election day grants. FTA did not want to leave any money behind on the table that the incoming Congress might want to take back or reduce FTA funding. Okay. All right. Let's look up FTA. What hold on. What does FTA FTA stand for? Let's see. All right, so FTA stands for Free Trade Agreement. All right, that's what the acronym stands for, Free Trade Agreement. So just in case you folks at home don't know what that is, that's what it stands for. So there you go. Let me continue where I left off. Let me continue where I left off. All right. Yes. So FTA headquarters always coordinates grant and double FGA announcements with the winning transit agency, congressional delegation, governor's office, state and local elected officials prior to official approval. This was so FTA could deliver the treats that everyone can take credit for bringing home the transit bacon. Bacon. Oh shit. Remember the FTA, CIG, double FGA, $2.6 billion, MTA East Side access to Grand Central Terminal, now known as Grand Central Madison, for a total cost of $6.3 billion in 2006. By the time this project was completed in 2013, 10 years after the original double FGA agreed upon 2013 completion date, cost grew to $11.8 billion, which including $600 million in long-term debt service payments. The MTA had to come up with $5.3 billion in additional funding to cover all the cost overruns. The Gateway project is bound to suffer the same fate. Damn, son. Damn, that's crazy. Um, that is crazy. That's crazy, yo. Yeah, it be fucking crazy at the times though, man. That's just how things go when it comes to boneheaded decisions. Um, all right, let me look up what CIG stands for, okay? So that way you folks can get an idea on what that stands for too. So let me wait for this to load up and yeah, what's going on with this? Um Hold on a second, folks. Yeah. Okay, what is CIG stand for? Okay, so CIG stands for, wait, hold on, wait a second here. Commercial Item Group is what CIG stands for. Commercial Item Group. There you go. There you go. All right. There you go. So let's continue. All right. So where were we? Yes. So two new Hudson River tunnels failed to deal with the ongoing increasing service disruptions due to power, signal, track, or communications problems on the Northeast Corridor, impacting both Amtrak and New Jersey Transit. Trains are unable to either enter or leave Penn Station. Billions and decades are needed to bring all Northeast Corridor capital assets up to a state of good repair. Substantial repairs to two original 110-year-old Hudson River Tunnel, which is owned by Amtrak and used by New Jersey Transit, which was damaged by Superstorm Sandy, which was Hurricane Sandy in 2012, will not begin until 2036. That's a long ass time. When the two new tunnels are scheduled to be completed and open for revenue service, given their age, can they continue to safely function 12 more years before work really begins, and 17 more years before work is completed? Phase one does nothing to increase Penn Station capacity. Phase two would have an estimated cost of $22.9 billion. It would bring the total cost of Gateway to $39 billion. The scope of work would include adding 4 new platforms and 8 new tracks capable of accommodating 12-car trains. Um, any detailed budget, funding sources, and timetable for implementation of phase two is a decade or more away. You would have to see substantial completion of phase one, which, according to the double FGA, has to take place in November 2040 or earlier. Meaning this is dependent upon keeping to the agreed on project baseline implementation schedule in the double FGA before major construction for phase two would get underway. According to a 2023 FTA project management oversight um, independent engineering consultant report, the $39 billion Gateway Tunnel project was already 2 years behind schedule. The report predicts a completion date of 2040. The GDC that same year promised a completion date of 2038. Creation of the GDC duplicated the work of Amtrak, New Jersey, and PANYNJ experienced staff who know how to manage both the project, apply for and manage FTA funding. All 3 operating agencies already have their own experienced engineers, operations, planning, procurement, legal force, account, quality assurance, and quality control, financial and civil rights employees necessary to manage this project, hiring of 40 new GDC staff, supplemented by expensive outside consulting firms, engineering companies, and lobbyists, has only resulted in creation of another bureaucracy, duplicating existing transportation agencies and their staff. GDC was really created to give elected officials political cover. If GDC does well, governors and senators will take credit. If they fail, governors will, excuse me, governors and senators will say they had no control over the agency. This is how the game has been played between the governors of New York and New Jersey when it comes to the PANYNJ. You have to ask why it took GDC, which was established in July 2019, almost 5 years working with FTA to receive the CIG double FGA. There is no guarantee um, to the procurement process for contracts awards notice to proceed, contractor mobilization of employees and materials, followed by change orders during construction due to unforeseen site conditions or last minute changes in scope that the final cost could end up billions more than the GDC's phase one $16.1 billion project cost. In 2015, the estimated cost was $8.7 billion for two new plus rehabilitation of two existing Hudson River tunnels used by Amtrak and New Jersey Transit for access to Penn Station. The price tag doubled more than 9 years to today. The total estimated cost for 100% of the proposed Gateway Tunnel project scope of work for both phases one and two is $39 billion. Amtrak providing insufficient track outages for contractor access to some work sites. Requests by New Jersey Transit or Amtrak operations or maintenance groups for additional work could result in added cost. The final price tag might grow beyond $16 billion. It will not be known until 100% of all the contract punch list is complete. Final contract retainage is paid to uh, all contractors, and the last contract is closed out. The same Amtrak resources are also committed to other projects along the Northeast Corridor between Washington, D.C. and Boston, Massachusetts for years to come. Three of these in the metro New York area include the $1.6 billion New Jersey Northeast Corridor Portal Bridge, $3.1 billion MTA Metro North Railroad Bronx East Penn Station access, and 1.6 East River Tunnel connecting to Queens to Penn Station. Jeez. Jeez, man. Hmm. This does not include ongoing routine maintenance at Penn Station, Newark, Penn Station, New York, Hudson and East River tunnels used by Long Island Railroad, New Jersey Transit, Amtrak, and starting some time in 2028. Penn Station by Metro North Railroad, $2 billion. Maryland, Susquehanna River Bridge, $4.7 billion, 1.4 miles. Baltimore Potomac Tunnel, $827 million. Connecticut River Bridge, other stations, tracks, bridges, tunnels, power, and facilities along the Northeast Corridor. Jeez Louise, man. Yeah, how can Amtrak provide sufficient numbers of employees to work on these key state of good repair and system expansion projects while supporting work on the Gateway Tunnel project all at the same time? The Amtrak Inspector General report on the Porter Bridge project noted that Amtrak staffing of the project has at times been insufficient. This may be an early warning of problems ahead. The only way to validate that Amtrak has adequate resources is for an outside independent review of their current 2024 and future annual track outage and force account in horse track signal maintainers and other specialized craft employees plans. Amtrak New Jersey and Metro Northwest of Hudson Port Jervis and uh, Pascack Valley commuters who will benefit by Gateway, potential new riders, taxpayers, public officials, and project advocates need to see the executed FTA double FGA with GDC. Future FTA monthly PMO independent engineering consultant monthly reports, FTA trams transit grant management system, updated quarterly financial and milestone progress grant um, reports, detailed project budget baseline cost estimate, and financial capacity analysis, baseline construction schedule, and project management plan. This information is critical to both understand FTA's justification for investing a record $6.88 billion in CIG funding and to monitor progress for this promised capital improvement. This would meet transparency in the federal government promised by President Biden, U.S. DOT Secretary Buttigieg, New York Governor Kathy Hochul, and New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, U.S. Senator Chuck Schumer, Kristen Gillibrand, Cory Booker, and of course Bob Melendez, who is already in hot water, so I'm not even going to go there on that one. When it comes to Gateway, Amtrak, New Jersey Transit, MTA Metro North Railroad, Port Jervis, and Pascack Valley commuters, potential new riders, taxpayers, motorists, paying tolls, and project advocates deserve nothing less. So there you go, right there. Next we have to talk about the city bike hiking prices. All right. Fares are set to increase on City Bike for the second time this year. Its parent company Lyft announced Wednesday, citing the high cost of maintaining its popular e-bike fleet. The company is not changing the price of its annual membership, which stands at $219.99 per year, nor the price of a single trip under 30 minutes in length, which stands at $4.79, or a day pass, which remains at $19. Um, Let me see. But effective, which took place on July 10th. Permitted rates members will pay to ride e-bikes are being up from 20 cents per minute to 24 cents, while non-members e-bike rates jump from 30 cents to 36 cents per minute. If members ride a traditional pedal powered city bike for more than 45 minutes, they will be charged 24 cents for each additional minute. That rate is 36 cents for non-members for each additional minute beyond a half an hour. Reduced Hang on a second. Reduced fare prices for e-bikes will rise to 12 cents per minute, but those rides over 45 minutes will also see 24-cent rate per additional minute. Meanwhile, caps on members' e-bike rides that enter or exit Manhattan are set to increase from $4 to $4.80 should they take less than 45 minutes. Other e-bike riders do not have a price cap. This is the second time this year that Lyft has raised prices for the nation's largest bike share system after a previous price hike in January that raised per minute fees for members from 17 cents to 20 cents and also raised annual membership fees from $205 to $219.99. The subsequent fare hikes have worn on members even as the system experiences record high ridership. I got an email this morning. I seen it. I was like, nah, that's crazy. They already raised it, said Antonio Gomez, a member from Ozone Park who was docking an e-bike in downtown Brooklyn. Unbelievable. But what can you do? It's still fun. People still gonna do it. If anything, City Bike is a victim of its own success. Its 15,000 e-bikes are incredibly popular, representing two-thirds of the system's rides, despite only making up one-third of the total fleet. Lyft now plans to up the proportion of e-bikes to half of all the system's two-wheelers. But that comes with a cost. City bike docks were not built with e-bikes in mind, and the heavily used e-bikes are frequently in need of charging even as the docks themselves cannot accommodate that. So a very small army of technicians zip around the city every day to swap out depleted batteries with fresh ones and take the dead ones up to a warehouse in Long Island City, Queens, for charging. The e-bikes also require frequent maintenance because they are used so heavily. Higher than anticipated battery swapping, insurance, and vehicle expenses have made e-bike fleet operations more costly than planned. Lyft wrote in its Wednesday fare hike announcement. That's why we're adjusting e-bike per minute pricing. Lyft, which has considered selling off City Bike amid financial woes for the rideshare giant, thinks it can get e-bike costs down by piloting charging docks, which is which it has now unveiled at stations in Hell's Kitchen and Greenpoint. The company believes it can drop in-person battery swaps by 90% if it electrifies just 20% of docks. But that would require collaboration with the city's Department of Transportation and with Con Edison. In the meantime, though, many riders find themselves frustrated arriving at the docks and seeing the red light saying signifying a defective bike, or attempting to dock a bike and finding either broken docks or no available ones. Brooklyn Heights resident Logan Rodriguez, a non member, on Wednesday saw his fees piling up by the minute as he struggled to find a single workable dock for his e-bike in downtown Brooklyn and faced issues getting cooperation from Lyft customer service. The price hike wouldn't affect me so much if I didn't go through this type of thing. If I don't go through this, I don't care if they raise the price, Rodriguez told AM New York Metro. It's like, bro, why are you raising the prices if you can't fix what you have already? Yeah. Let me know in the comments on YouTube on what you thought about these three transit topics in the New York Mass Transit Files segment. All right. Now, I do have one topic. I do have one topic left, and it's regarding I do have one topic left, and this is regarding magnet fishing. And what is magnet fishing? Before I even go to the Deadpool thing, I want to go to before I go to the Deadpool thing, man. Let's go to chatting on the jazz first, and then I'll go to the movie Man Cave Popcorn next. All right. So I only have one topic for chatting on the jazz today. Normally I'll have like multiple topics, but this one in this episode I don't have multiple topics for this segment right here because I want to get to the Deadpool movie and how I did, and the other topics in gaming and all that other stuff. So I want to actually get to it as fast as I can. All right. So let's get to it. Chatting on the jazz. Let's go. All right. You might be wondering what the hell is magnet fishing? Right? I'll break it down for you. So, magnet fishing, let me see. Let me get to it. So, magnet fishing is a unique and increasing popular hobby that involves using a powerful magnet to retrieve metallic objects from bodies of water. Similar to traditional fishing, the goal of magnet fishing is to catch something valuable or interesting. But instead of fish, you are searching for metal objects like old coins, bicycles, or firearms, and other items that have been lost or discarded in the water. The concept of magnet fishing is relatively simple. A powerful magnet is attached to a rope, and then it's lowered into the water and moved around in a sweeping motion until it latches onto a metal object. Once the magnet catches something, the rope is slowly pulled in, bringing the object up from the water. Magnet fishing can be done in any body of water that contains metal objects such as lakes, rivers, and ponds. Many magnet fishers focus their efforts on areas with a high likelihood of finding valuable objects, such as old bridges, docks, and areas where people often gather, like parks or beaches. One of the reasons magnet fishing has become so popular is that it's an affordable hobby that doesn't require a lot of equipment. All you really need is a strong magnet, a rope, and a bucket or a bag to collect your finds. Of course, you should also wear gloves and be cautious when handling any metal objects you retrieve, as they may be sharp or rusty. Another reason for the hobby's growing popularity is the excitement of the unknown. Unlike traditional fishing, where you can pretty much guarantee what you are going to catch, magnet fishing is full of surprises. You never know what you might find lurking beneath the water's surface. Some of the most exciting finds reported by magnet fishers include antique weapons, vintage coins, and even cars. It's important to note that magnet fishing isn't legal everywhere. Some countries and municipalities have laws in place that prohibit the practice, while others require a permit. Before you start magnet fishing, it's important to research the laws in your area and obtain any necessary permits. In conclusion, magnet fishing is an exciting and affordable hobby that's gaining popularity around the world. With the right equipment and a bit of luck, you never know what kind of treasures you might find lurking beneath the water's surface. Just be sure to research the laws in your area and take precautions to ensure your safety while out on the water. Now, I picked this topic because it has to do with a particular story of treasure hunters in New York City. Weeks ago, I was watching the news, and it was regarding treasure hunters who found something which I'm gonna get to right here, um, according to the New York Post. So here's what's happening: the couple who caught a safe cram with $100,000 while magnet fishing in a Queens lake may have hit another load, but they won't be able to tap into their newfound fortune until next year. Ooh. Wow. Wow. $100,000. Wow. 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 Hmm. All right. Um, Wait for it. All right. James Kane, and the treasure hunters' names are James Kane and Barbie um Agostini. Last Friday lugged their muddy and waterlogged riches to the Treasury Department in DC, where an 11-person team will spend up to 9 months rifling through the soggy cash and replacing it with new bills. When they finish, Kane and Agostini will be handed the fresh pile of cash tax free. Interesting. Interesting. America, hold on a second. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. America the Beautiful, Kane told the New York Post. The Treasury Department has a team at its Bureau of, excuse me, engraving and printing dedicated to the odd but not unusual predicament Kane and Agostini found themselves in. Typically, the crew deals with remnants of money, sometimes reduced to literal dust that family members find buried in their backyards. That makes Kane's decaying cash seem like a much easier task, especially since the lucky fisherman estimates that only about 40% of the roughly $100,000 he found has survived its 2 weeks on dry land. It also made him regret leaving wads of what he thought were irreparably, irreparably destroyed bills lying in the park, he told the newspaper. The couple sought out the government's help after their story went viral and long lost friends and near strangers came out of the woodwork to get their hands on their find. All the immediate attention we're receiving from this money is driving us a little crazy, and we're a little afraid, Kane wrote in an email to the Treasury Department. We don't have a lot of money, so we're going to be using whatever we have for a bus to get down there. He continued, adding that his plight was time sensitive because the money was turning brittle and starting to disintegrate. In the lobby of the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, officials immediately estimated that Kane had somewhere between $50,000 and $70,000 on hand. Hmm. That's very very interesting. That's an interesting find right there. All right. All right. So the couple did not expect to hit the jackpot when they sunk their magnetic fishing rod into the Queen's Pond earlier this month. The pair who filmed their adventures for YouTube have found plenty of safes before, but most were empty. Instead, they found two stacks of $100 bills covered in mud. Damn. Who would leave leftover money in the mud? That's fucking crazy, son. That's fucking crazy. They called the NYPD to avoid any legal trouble, but the cops told them finders keepers. This is the most significant find in poor people treasure hunting history, Kane said. Yeah, that's fun that they actually did something like this though, man. And that's why I had to break down what magnet fishing was because of this story. So, you know what I'm saying? That shit has to be that shit has to be so much fun finding loose money somebody left behind not only in the mud but in a big ass safe. And I really hope they actually you know get success in finding more stuff in magnet fishing and of course leftover money as well. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna get a fresh of new money dollar bills. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations to them, man. That congratulations to them though. So I hope they enjoy. I hope they enjoy themselves with that money. All right. So let's see. Let me see. Yes, we are gonna talk about. Yes, we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about Deadpool and Wolverine R-rated movie Heroes. That's been booming in the box office for weeks, and I did hear and see from a YouTuber who said that it made over 2 point what 26, if I'm not mistaken. So that would be our movie Man Cave Popcorn, and we got some other stuff Deadpool related in terms of the popcorn bucket and everything else to talk about. So um let's get into it right here. Let's get into it right here, man, with movie Man Cave Popcorn right here. And you know, hold on a second. All right. right. Hold on, man, hold on. All right. All right. Let's get into Deadpool Wolverine. Um, Before I even get into it though, man, somebody may have asked this question in regards to the box to why does the box office opening weekend matter? I'll get to that after. I'll get to that after. So, um, okay. So, of course, obviously, Deadpool, according to Variety, Deadpool and Wolverine, the rated R movie, notched a major box office milestone, surpassing $600 million in domestic ticket sales. It's one of 16 films in history to reach that benchmark. The Marvel superhero sequel hit this achievement during the otherwise desolate Labor Day weekend, in which Deadpool and Wolverine ruled over the box office in its sixth outing. The R-rated film starring Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman collected $15.1 million over the weekend and $19.4 million from 3,630 theaters through Monday's holiday. Deadpool and Wolverine has claimed the number one spot for 5 out of the past 6 weekends and ranks as the second highest second highest, second highest. Hold on a second. Second highest grossing movie of the year with $603.8 million in North America and 1.25 billion dollars globally. Labor Day isn't a holiday that's known for bringing people to the movies, but this weekend was among the most sluggish of the year. Summer season ended with domestic revenues down 14.3% from 2023 and 26.6% from 2019, the last pre-COVID year, according to ComScore. A rather slow Labor Day weekend marks a quiet end to what turned out to be the comeback hit of summer seasons, says senior ComScore analyst Paul Durgarabedian. June and July delivered a monumental string of hits. Although several movies opened nationwide, the Dennis Quaid led biopic Reagan, Sony and Blumhouse's AI horror fable Afraid, which did horrible in the box office, by the way, Lionsgate's R-rated crime thriller 1992, which also flopped, and Roside's human trafficking drama City of Dreams, among them. Only one of those newcomers managed to crack the top 5. Reagan opened in third place with $7.65 million over the weekend and $10 million from 2,754 theaters through Monday. Critics hated the film, 18% on Rotten Tomatoes, but audiences were fonder A on Cinema Score. So there's a chance that Reagan could stick around at the box office. Not a chance. Sean McNamara, Soul Surfer, directed the movie adapted from Paul Kengore's 2006 book, The Crusader, Ronald Reagan and the Fall of Communism, told through a conversation between former KGB agent Viktor Petrovich, played by John Voight, and upstart Russian politician Andrei Novikov, played by Alexei Sparrow, excuse me. The film charts the life of Ronald Reagan from his childhood to his years as president of the United States. Showbiz Direct, an independent distributor, released the film. End quote. We are thrilled to be sitting in the top 5 with our first movie in a competitive market over this holiday weekend, said former exhibition veteran Kevin Mitchell, president of the newly launched Showbiz Direct. We expect the film will continue to grow in the weeks ahead, especially in the South and Midwest. Afraid, a sci-fi horror story which nobody actually asked for, about revolutionary smart home AI, which is artificial intelligence, which is scary, that that becomes too self-aware for comfort. Crash landed in ninth place with 3.66 million. Oh shit. Yeah, 3.66. Oh shit. 3.66 million over the weekend and $4.4 million from 3,003 theaters through Monday. Neither critics nor audiences liked the film. 26% on Rotten Tomatoes and C plus on Cinema Score, which doesn't bode well for word of mouth. Luckily, Afraid carried a lean $12 million production budget, so any losses during its theatrical run won't be too painful. Chris Welch directed Afraid, co-starring John Cho and Catherine Waterston. 1992 opened at number 14. Damn, that's a big flop. With $1.4 million over the weekend and $1.73 million from 875 theaters through Monday. Tyrese and Scott Eastwood star in the film about a shopkeeper who must save his son from an angry mob during the Los Angeles uprising after the Rodney King verdict. Meanwhile, City of Dreams debuted in 19th place. Damn. With $1.2 million. Oh shit. Over the weekend and $1.44 million from 770 screens through Monday. The film, written and directed by Mohit Ram Chandani, tells the story of a young Mexican farmer who travels to LA with the promise of training at a soccer camp, only to realize he's been sold to a sweatshop. Oh shit. It's oh shit. Wow, that's funny, man. That's funny right there. And fucked up at the same time. Oh man. Oh my gosh. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh shit. It's clear how many people actually saw City of Dreams because the majority of tickets sales weren't revenue in the traditional sense. In an unusual move, the filmmakers and John Devani, founder of United Capital and Manor House Films, gave away $1 million in free tickets. Their donations, oh shit, their donations were given to individuals and groups, including anti-trafficking organizations, survivors, schools, churches, municipalities, and people who may otherwise not be able to afford to watch the film, according to a press release. Elsewhere, Bleecker Street's sci-fi thriller Slingshot grossed 490,000 and $237. Damn, that's the biggest flop that I ever heard. In its opening weekend, and $581,569 from 845 screens for the 4 days. Casey Affleck stars as an astronaut struggling to maintain his grip on reality aboard a possibly fatally compromised mission to Saturn's moon Titan. Sci-fi thriller Alien Romulus, romantic drama It Ends With Us, and disaster epic Twisters. The prequel to the first Twister movie rounded out the top five. In second place, Alien Romulus added $9 million over the weekend and $11.1 million from 3,120 venues in its third frame. So far, the latest chapter in Disney's and 20th century sci-fi horror saga has collected $91 million domestically and $283.5 million worldwide. It ends with us dropped to number 4. Oh shit. As the adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel brought in $7.4 million over the weekend and $9.5 million from 3,551 locations through Monday's holiday. After 4 weekends of release, It Ends With Us has amassed a remarkable $135.8 million in North America and $283.7 million globally. Twisters took 5th place with $7.1 million over the weekend and an estimated $8.7 million from 3,005 theaters through Monday. Universal's storm-centric sequel starring Daisy Edgar Jones, Glenn Powell, and Anthony Ramos has grossed $259.6 million domestically and more than $351 million worldwide after 7 weeks on the big screen. Now, there was a question that I saw actually regarding why does box office opening weekend matter? And of course, this is from the folks from Variety. I actually so yeah, this is okay, so If isn't exactly a box office bright spot, but Paramount's kid-friendly fantasy about imaginary friends has ambled along in time since its soft $33 million debut. Its current tally, $93 million domestically and $160 million worldwide, is a decent for an original live-action PG film. Actor Patrick Schwarzenegger prophesied this staying power when it fell short of initial projections. Give it a few weeks, he wrote on X. Shortly after, as Universal's The Fall Guy, which actually was the biggest flop in 2024 history. Oh shit. Oh man. So oh man. So Universal's The Fall Guy. So wow. He said, I know I'm a broken record, but Fall Guy continues to have crazy legs while conceding that the budget was still too high. Especially in this dismal summer season, some box office watchers have questioned the need to pay attention to opening weekends at all. A recent Vulture article opined that obsessing about them helps propagate the idea that opening weekends is all that matters. Is it fair to Fast and Furiously brand a movie? Detractors like Schwarzenegger argue that so-called smash and grab labels don't offer nuance. Worse, they say those descriptions, Variety characterized The Fall Guy as disappointing with $28 million, or Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, bleak with its $31 million start, which got defeated by Garfield, by the way. Oh shit. Elicit negative headlines and unfairly judge the health of the movie the movie theater business based on short-term fluctuations rather than trends over time. Oh man, it would be lovely to say opening weekends don't matter, says Stephen Galloway, Dean of Champion University's Film School. Unfortunately, based on the cost of movies and inflation, reliance on opening weekend is Hollywood's only strategy. There is no alternative. Movies don't always live and die on their debuts. Sony's rom-com Anyone But You. Oh man. I remember when that movie came out. Well, they were in the process of making the movie, and what is it? Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney was in that movie, something like that. she, you over there trying. Yo, the stupidest part that I saw in the video while watching TMZ was when you try to train a fucking tarantula. You cannot train a fucking tarantula, nor can you have that shit as a fucking pet, man. And I'm not recommending anybody trying this at home. Do not do that. These shits are dangerous, man. Oh no. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh man. Wow. Wow. Oh man. That that's a big laugh right there, man. Oh man. Oh man. Hold up, man. I needed that laugh though, man. I needed that. Um Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh boy, that's wow. Um where were we? Yes, here we go. Oh man. Oh my gosh. I needed that laugh though, man. Anyone, yeah. Yeah, anyone but you. Pixar's Elemental, which everybody was shitting on, turned out to be a good movie, by the way. And Illumination's Migration are recent examples of movies that didn't have splashy debuts but kept selling tickets for weeks thanks to word of mouth. But other than the rare Greatest Showman shaped exception, opening weekends carry outsized importance for a reason. Those first few days tend to dictate a film's entire theatrical run. By Sunday of opening weekend, studio executives can predict with great accuracy what a movie will earn by the time it leaves the cinema. The domestic theatrical performance is the locomotive pulling the train, and the opening weekend sets the pace, says David A. Gross of Franchise Entertainment Research. I don't see it changing. Although films begin as creative endeavors, Gross continues, the movie business is just that, a business. Paramount spent $110 million to produce If, a significant portion of which went to the voice cast of Steve Carell, Matt Damon, Emily Blunt, Bradley Cooper, and George Clooney. It will struggle to generate the roughly $275 million needed to break even in its theatrical run, according to individuals familiar with film finances. If isn't the only summer release bogged down by a hefty budget. The Fall Guy cost $140 million and has grossed $165 million worldwide. But sources suggest it has to reach $275 million to $300 million to turn a profit. The Warner Brothers sci-fi prequel Furiosa, which carries $168 million price tag, has generated $144 million. Yet insiders say it requires roughly $350 million to $375 million to get into the black. Oh shit. Oh man. Oh man. At this rate, the Fall Guy is estimated to lose $50 million to $60 million in its theatrical run, and Furiosa is estimated to lose $75 million to $95 million. Even Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the year's fourth highest grossing movie with $360 million worldwide, needs to keep swinging at the box office to justify its $160 million price tag. Budgets have skyrocketed because the cost of everything, including travel to film locations, labor costs, paying talent, and reshoots, has gone up. And of course, there's the many millions in marketing or other expenses related to putting a movie in theaters. All the while, the box office is retracting. Domestic revenues are down 26% from 2023. according to ComScore. It's almost impossible that movies will get less expensive, says Galloway. It'll only go up. Hollywood, since COVID, has figured out new ways to wring riches after a film's theatrical life. Domestic box office revenues, however, determine how lucrative a licensing deal a movie can get from streamers, cable TV, or other downstream sources. And cinema owners still get to keep about 50% of box office ticket sales. So the rule of thumb is that studios need movies to gross 2.5 times their production budget to climb out of the red. Many movies eventually, over the course of generations, break even from ancillary revenues. revenues. Even Elaine May's infamous 1987 flop, Ishtar, clawed its way into the black by the early aughts, according to leaked emails from the 2014 Sony hack. So then, what's the big deal about ticket sales, you ask? Box office reporting is a rare moment of transparency for a business that prefers to operate opacally. New players like Netflix and Amazon Prime tout baseless viewership metrics for titles they deem a hit and avoid scrutiny of underperforming stream first movies by never revealing the data. Even traditional studios draw the curtains as soon as a film leaves the big screen. They certainly don't reveal how much their movies make from licensing fees, on demand rentals, or the handful of DVDs they're able to sell. Though streaming has helped, nothing has replaced the collapsed DVD business, which salvaged many underperforming blockbusters. You know, the crazy shit is I actually found out that certain places that do sell DVDs is like it's no more, which is crazy. That shit is crazy though, man. Studios and producers look at the entire pie, all revenue streams, including merchandise and theme parks. They do not look at theatrical profit loss in isolation, says Gross. The pieces are more complicated now and they fit together in different ways. And a little patience goes a long way. If Ishtar is any indicator, this crop of summer blockbusters will break even by 2040. All right. We got to talk about the popcorn buckets. Hold on. Before I even get to the popcorn buckets, man, I want to combine the amount of money Deadpool and Deadpool 2 made. So the first Deadpool movie, which came out years ago, right? It came out in 2016. So it made what is it, gross to date? It made $363 million. 363,070,709. The production budget was $58 million for an R-rated movie. And total gross, well, opening weekend was 132,434,639. And total gross is 363,070,709. That's the total gross right there. And opening percentage of total, which was 36.5%. Widest release 3,856. Weekends at the box office 3 weeks. Weekends in top 10 8 weeks. Worldwide summary: $782,612,155. Foreign gross $419,000,000 for $541,446. Foreign percentage of worldwide 53.6%. Domestic gross 363,070,709. Domestic percentage of worldwide, which is 46.4%. All right. And Deadpool 2, which came out May 18th, 2018. Now their production budget was $110 million. Gross to date, $318,491,426. Opening weekend, $125,507,153. Opening percentage of total 39.4%. Widest release 4,349. Close to date, I forgot to mention for Deadpool, June 16th, 2016. That's 324 days and 46 weeks. Deadpool 2 closed date October 18th, 2018, 228 days and 32 weeks. Weekends at the box office at number one will be 1. Weekends in top 10, 8. Okay. Worldwide summary. Worldwide gross. First, let's go to the domestic gross. $318,491,426. Foreign gross $416,055,185. And worldwide gross $734,546,611. Domestic percentage of worldwide is 43.4%. This is how successful a movie like Deadpool of a franchise is doing. And and this is gonna be interesting because we got some more stuff to talk about. Deadpool Wolverine did a Heineken commercial, according to Nerdist. Wow. So television will rule summer with House of the Dragon, The Boys, The Acolyte, and more coming to streaming services. But that doesn't mean that you'll totally skip the movies, especially if you are a Marvel fan. Deadpool Wolverine is undoubtedly one of the most anticipated films of 2024 that will finally bring two best buds together for some bloody and ridiculous adventures. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman's shenanigans, both as themselves and in character, are certainly marketing gold. That's why Deadpool and Wolverine Heineken beer commercial is total perfection. Total perfection. Hold on. Hang on a second. Just a second. Hold on. Wolverine throws Deadpool up against a tree and prepares to thrash him, but his claws are missing in action as he as he wears a confused look on his face. Deadpool explains that he used the adamantium in his claws to make Heineken beer cans. Wolverine is perplexed, but for some reason he has a drink with him. All is well until Deadpool tries to rest his hand on his best bub's shoulder. Wolverine says no to it very quickly. Oh, wow. Of course, Ryan Reynolds notes in the Deadpool Wolverine Heineken commercial that the beer's cans are not made of antimantium. It is a fictional alloy, after all. But Heineken Silver is a real beer, and it is the first time that the MCU is doing a sponsorship for this kind of product. This world class light beer for world class bubs will probably be a popular one at some theaters, but fans can grab it off shelves right now. Um, yeah, that's crazy though, man. And some more Deadpool and stuff. So, DiGiorno has partnered with the movie Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh man, yummy. Oh shit. So according to the folks at Screen Crush, an extremely wise rampaging giant lizard once taught the world that size does matter. This is true of blockbuster movies, and it is equally true of their tie-in promotional foods. It is not enough to promote a tentpole release with a single new food item. You are gonna have to go a lot bigger than that. Um, Before I keep going, let me explain something, and and the reason why the reason why movie productions in terms of movie budgets are very high. They're very high in terms of like I was saying in the in the previous topic. It has to do with everything going up, rising in inflation, and I remember watching one of John Campion's videos where he broke down um certain movie budgets that's like doing too much versus the ones that's not doing too much. And yes, there is a balance between those right there, man. And I'm not even gonna go there on fucking Borderlands, man, because nobody asked for that fucking movie anyway. You know how certain movies be having a high budget, but then they don't they don't make the money back. It's kind of like with certain movies and shit, though, man. Furiosa, Borderlands, and Fall Guy and all the other movies and shit that we just talked about, man. That shit is like so fucking crazy, though, man. And that's why film projects they raise the stakes because of filming locations and different scenes and all the other stuff. That's the reason why um, movie budgets are high. Sometimes a little too cheap, unlike Blumhouse and their wacky ass horror movie that just came out recently called Afraid, which was so corny, by the way. That's so fucking corny right there, man. Oh shit. Um yeah, so let's see, where were we? Oh shit. So so let me see. Where were we? Where were we? All right, let me continue. So anyway, an extremely wise rampaging giant lizard once taught the world that size does matter. This is true of blockbuster movies, and it is equally true of their tie-in promotional foods. It is not enough to promote a tentpole release with a new single, a food item. You are gonna have to go a lot bigger than that. That brings us to the latest breakthrough in the world of movie food. Not one, not two, not even three, but four new DiGiorno frozen pizzas inspired by Marvel's Deadpool and Wolverine film. Two pizzas, one for Deadpool and one for Wolverine, would have been enough for me. But again, size does matter. So there are four of these Deadpool and Wolverine pizzas to choose from. If they made four pizzas for Deadpool and Wolverine, how many are we going to get to get for the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four is a long ways to go. The mind shudders and the stomach rumbles at the thought. For this particular occasion, DiGiorno made 3 Deadpool related pies, including one inspired by his favorite dish, the chimichanga. Oh shit. And one Wolverine pizza. Hopefully Logan doesn't have a Napoleon complex, because if he does, this would not help. Oh shit. By the way, did you know there are 12 different styles of DiGiorno crust? Rising crust, stuffed crust, croissant crust, hand tossed style crust, thin crust, gluten free, fully stuffed crust, thin and crispy stuffed crust, Detroit style crust, loaded ultra thin crust, classic crust, and personal pizzas. There are more DiGiorno pizza crust than Fox X-Men movies. Anyway, DiGiorno sent me a box containing one of each of these 4 Deadpool and Wolverine pizzas, as is my. Hold on a second. The hell? Why is this doing that? The hell's going on here? Why is this doing that? The hell's going on here? Anyway, where the hell were we? Okay, where were we? Yes. So, damn, why is it going up? Why is this shit going up, man? Um. Anyway, this journal sent me a box containing one of each. Hang on a second. Let me just do this. One of each of these 4 Deadpool and Wolverine pizzas, as is my wont. I have not eaten them all and had time to digest the entire experience. Here are my findings and my photos of the pizzas themselves. Okay, there are 4 limited time DiGiorno pizzas inspired by Deadpool and Wolverine. We ate them all, not in one sitting. Okay, not in one sitting. Okay, so damn it. Hold on a minute here. There are, yeah, not in one sitting. Okay, DiGiorno's Deadpool and Wolverine pizzas. Here are DiGiorno's full descriptions of their 4 Deadpool and Wolverine pies. So there is the spicy Wolvie pie crafted with Wolverine and other meat lovers in mind. This pie is stacked with pepperoni, chorizo, and bacon. Gimme a chimichanga inspired pizza that is a fiesta for your taste buds and topped with spicy cumin sauce, beef topping, jalapeno, and cheddar and mozzarella cheeses. The Wade Special, a sweet and salty combo, not just for Merc, excuse me. Made with pineapple and black olives to pay homage to Wade Wilson's pizza in the first movie. Maximum Pep, made with maximum flavor and zero regrets. Just like Deadpool's decisions, Maximum Pep is piled high with sliced and diced sliced and diced pepperoni. Oh wow. All 4 pizzas come in Deadpool and Wolverine boxes, complete with assorted Deadpool logos, claw marks, and artwork. Um, the 3 Deadpool adjacent pizzas also have a Deadpool mask on the back of the box that you can cut out and wear. I wouldn't recommend trying to eat pizza while wearing one though. Just like the real Deadpool's mask, they don't contain mouth holes. It could get very messy. The genres Deadpool and Wolverine Gimme Chimmy Pizza. I'm not quite sure where Deadpool's interest in chimichanga, aka deep fried burritos, came from. I can't recall reading a comment where he actually eats one, but he does certainly talk about them a lot. So if you are going to make a one pizza inspired by Deadpool, this is the only way to go. Um, as for the pizza itself, I'm not sure it fully captures the essence of a chimichanga in pizza form. When I think of chimichangas, I think of that crispy, crunchy exterior, which it distinguishes it from an ordinary burrito. That textural component is missing here. If we put this in front of a blindfolded Deadpool and asked him to guess what it is, well, honestly, he might just say chimichangas because he's a weirdo and he might say chimichanga no matter what you fed him. But I assume a person who was not a wisecracking Ryan Reynolds character would probably guess this was a more general Mexican pizza in a blind taste test. Still, it's not a bad Mexican pizza, and it does definitely have Mexican flavors, thanks to primarily to the jalapeno peppers, which are definitely spicy. Sheesh. I couldn't really taste the spicy cumin sauce. Oh no, that's gonna have you having a lot of water, man. If you eat this type of pizza. The DiGiorno's Deadpool and Wolverine Maximum Pep Pizza. The next pie is Maximum Pep, named in honor of Deadpool's battle cry, Maximum Effort. It's Maximum Pep because this sucker's absolutely covered in pepperoni. I counted 19 slices on top with additional pieces of diced pepperoni sprinkled all over the few bare spaces left on the pie. I'm not sure this is technically the maximum amount of pepperoni you could theoretically squeeze on a pizza, but it's probably the maximum effort that's advisable, as it was. All that spiced meat generated a fair amount of oil that I dabbed off before I consumed a few slices. If, like me, you don't possess a Wolverine style mutant healing factor, you may want to be worried about that. Post dabbing, this was a completely satisfying pizza. Who doesn't love a ton of pepperoni on their pizza? I mean, besides my children who react like I'm offering them poison when I try to share this with them. The journals Deadpool and Wolverine, the Way Special Pizza. This pie is actually a callback to the first Deadpool movie, where a pre-Deadpool Wade Wilson orders a pineapple and olive pizza, hence the Wade Special. This oddball pairing also conceivably works as a reference to Deadpool and Wolverine's title characters who don't work together well and basically get along like pineapples and olives. Oh, okay. Oh shit. And that pretty much sums up my feelings about this pizza. I love olives on pizza, and I don't mind a good Hawaiian slice every now and then either. But olives and pineapple together, it's a weird combo. You think? Oh shit. If you want to really get kits kitschy with your Deadpool cosplay, this would make a good accessory for that. Personally, I would stick with a different flavor. DiGiorno's Deadpool and Wolverine spicy Wolvie pie. He's the best there is at what he does, and what he does ain't delivery, bub. Wolverine's lone representation in frozen food form is essentially a riff on a meat lover's pizza. with pepperoni, bacon, and chorizo. Forgive the picture for this one. I had already devoured half of it before I remembered I needed to take a picture of it. Actually, the photo sort of doubles as its own review. The thing smelled and looked so good out of the oven that I momentarily forgot I was supposed to be documenting this experience for posterity. Instead, I just tore into the thing like a ravenous, hairy Canadian who had just escaped from captivity after getting unbreakable metal bonded to my skeleton. Oh shit. The spicy wolfie pie was definitely the best of this bunch, with exactly the right amount of toppings and no excess grease and the perfect level of heat. That other half of the pizza was gone as quick as Fox's plans to make a Magneto origin movie after X-Men Origins Wolverine bombed in theaters. And the final verdict, pizzas are like comic books. Even when they are not the best ever made, they are still pretty good. DiGiorno knows what they are doing. They have 12 different pizza crusts for Galactus' sake. If you like frozen pizza and any of these flavor combinations sound good to you, you'll probably be satisfied by them. If pineapple and olive sounds like a good combo to you, no, it's not. I don't judge. In fact, I respect you. You are made of sterner stuff than I. So final ranking: spice number one, spicy wolvie pizza. Give me chimney, maximum pep, and the way special. Now we have to go on to, because I did take a look at the popcorn buckets that Chris from 3C Films was talking about. Um this one right here, I have to say, man, this one right here, I had to really cover this though, man. This is this one right here had this one had me laughing with the Wolverine when Wolverine's mouth is wide open and all the other stuff. And this is from Deadline. Yes. So go for the movie, stay for the popcorn. The Doom 2 popcorn bucket has been joined by a Deadpool 3 model that resembles Wolverine's head. Its oversized mouth is the actual receptacle for the tasty snack. The new buckets were unveiled today in videos posted by Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, and film director Sean Levy on social media. The identical videos all carried the song "All Spratch Zarathustra," best known from the film 2001, um, A Space Odyssey. No information has been released on the price point for the stylish bucket or where it will be available. The Dune 2 bucket costs $24.99 and quickly sold out. Damn. And damn, it's been damn, man, that's crazy, man. I didn't even see that coming. Oh man. Nah, you know what? I did see like a picture of Deadpool and Wolverine's popcorn bucket. I actually saw it on a YouTuber, Chris from 3C Films. He actually broke down how some of the popcorn buckets are made and the design and all that great stuff right there. So you can subscribe to Chris's YouTube channel 3C Films whenever he is going over the designs of the popcorn buckets. Just recently, he has shown a popcorn bucket for the recent movie that came out, Alien Romulus that came out. Um, oh man, it's just it's in case you didn't see it, it's like a alien head, but um I will I would suggest that you folks at home get a closer look of the picture of the alien Romulus popcorn bucket for yourselves, because you kind of wonder where you're gonna put the popcorn in the alien's head. Oh shit. Um. Oh man. But that was a funny one though, man. But one of the videos that I seen is when they try to put butter in the mouth of Wolverine. The butter was so drippy. I was like, yo, I'm like, what, butter is not supposed to be dripping like that. Especially especially if you're having popcorn. No matter how much butter you put though, man, it's not supposed to drip like that though, man. Like oh shit. I mean, to each of his own, though. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Let's see. Oh man. And Deadpool and Wolverine had their own burgers, man, at Burger King, man. Let's go over that too, man, before we get into some gaming news. But before I get into that, let me see how much time we got here. All right, so Burger King, according to Dexerto, um, Deserto, according to the Deserto website, Burger King have surprised Marvel fans with the release of two new burgers in tandem with the new Deadpool and Wolverine movies released, but they might not be all that easy to get. Yeah, you think? Burger King has announced the launch of the new release when they tease customers with images of the burgers preceding the release, modeled after the movie's beloved hero and anti-hero, and the burgers both feature bold, vibrant colors in keeping with the colors and themes of each respective character. The burgers have been aptly named Best Bubs in reference to the protagonist's relationship. Um, as you expect, they come in different flavors, including the Chimney Merc Burger and the Bacon Claw Burger. Oh shit. They both feature distinctive ingredients and unique designs. The Chimney Merc Burger features a bright red bun with black sesame seeds, special chimichanga sauce, slices of jalapenos, lettuce, white onions, ew, tomato, cheese, mayo, and a 100% flame grilled beef pantry. And the bacon claw burger features a yellow bun with black sesame seeds, bacon strips, complemented by four different cheeses, and a 100% flame grilled beef pantry. Um, Unfortunately, if you were planning on grabbing one of these savory treats ahead of the screening, you might feel disappointed as these are only being sold in the Philippines. Damn. John Valesco, Burger King Philippines country manager, commented on the release saying Burger King proudly pioneers in delivering extraordinary customer experiences. Um, our Marvel inspired activation is testament to this commitment, inviting Marvel fans and our customers to celebrate their love for beloved Marvel superhero characters as we extend the story beyond the screen and bring it closer to home for fans in the Philippines. We like to think that it brings together the thrill of Marvel adventures with the joy of enjoying a Burger King meal. The burgers are currently on sale or were currently on sale and will be available for purchase nationwide across the Philippines until it ends. It ended at August 31st actually. So you're not gonna be able to find that shit. So both start at 159 PHP, which translated to $2.78 US dollars. Damn. Um, this isn't the only release that got fans talking, as Marvel also brought out brand new popcorn buckets modeled after both Deadpool and Wolverine. Wow. Yeah, so so that was a recap of Deadpool and Wolverine and the popcorn buckets, the Heineken, and of course the burgers from Burger King and all the other stuff right there, man. That was so laughable right there, man. I needed that laugh though, man. But oh man. So let's take a look. So there's these two games I didn't get a chance to talk about because I ran out of time. So I ran out of time, so I needed to actually do this. So let's get into a little thing that I like to call um the video game entertainment newsroom. All right. So we're gonna get into it right here. We got two actually we got more than that actually. So we're gonna get into it right here, right now, actually. So there you have it right there. Um hold on a second. Let me set up this sound effect real quick. Hold on a sec. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to take a sip of water so I don't so my throat doesn't get dry from all that talking. Um so anyway, let me wait for this thing to load. Um yeah, one moment. Um all right, all right. All right. Um all right, here we go. The video game the video game entertainment newsroom. Let's get to it right here, right now. All right. So there's these two topics I didn't get a chance to talk about in yesterday's episode because I was low on time. Um, I was low on time actually, so we need to talk about we need to talk about we gotta talk about the iPad Pro, and then we're gonna talk about this, Stern's Pinball and Lionsgate teaming up for the John Wick pinball machine. So let's talk about iPad Pro first. And this is from the folks from Tech Radar. The iPad Pro 2024 has landed, and this big tablet is a huge upgrade. The highlights are arguably its phenomenally um, powerful new M4 chipset and new all OLED screen. But there's plenty else to like here too. Below, you'll find full details of all the iPad Pro 2024 specs and features, along with exactly when it will ship and how much it costs. But it shouldn't come as as any surprise that this is an expensive tablet. So if you want something cheaper, check out the iPad Air 2024, which landed alongside it. Cut to the chase. What is it? The latest top end iPad. When is it out? Pre-orders are open now, and it already took place. It already shipped out on May 15th. And how much would it cost? It starts at $999. Damn, $1,000 for a fucking iPad Pro. Are you fucking kidding me? And then 999 euros. Australia, $1,699. Are you fucking insane? That's insane, man. That's an insane price right there, man. I'm sorry, but this is an insane price right there. We're just so fucking ridiculous, man. This is so ridiculous right there, man. It's so this is the dumbest move ever, man. Oh my gosh, man. Yo, this is so fucking insane right there, man. Oh shit. Come on, man. I'm not wasting that type of money on a damn iPad though, man. You gotta be fucking insane. You gotta be insane to actually spend that type of money on that shit though, man. Not me. Not me. Not me. Oh no. Not me. Come on. Not me. This is so fucking ridiculous, man. It's the same thing with the iPhone 16. I bet you the iPhone 16 is so expensive right now. Probably the same price. Probably the same price as that fucking iPad Pro 2024, son. That's so fucking insane to me, man. That's insane, man. That's insane, man. Who's gonna pay $1,000 for a fucking iPad? Who's gonna pay $1,000 for a damn iPad? Even idiots from Australia would actually do some shit like that. Oh shit. Go! I had to do it though, man. I had to do it just to make my damn point, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to do that. Um, so the iPad Pro 2024 was announced at the Apple event, which took place on May 7th, alongside the iPad Air 2024. The new Pro is up for pre-order now, and it will ship. It already took place on Wednesday, May 15th already. So you would have to check their website. And that's crazy, man. So hopefully you saved up, because the 11-inch model starts at $999, which is a grand. 999 €999, Australia, 1,699. That's $1,700. Damn. For which you get 256 gigabytes of storage. It rises to 1,199 €1,199. That Australia, $2,049 for 512 gigabytes. 1,599 €1,599. Australia, 2,749 for one what is it? Trillable? What is it? Hold on, let me look this up, man. Hold on, let me look this up. All right. What is TB stand for as far as storage? Hang on a second. Terabyte. Here we go. Yeah, yeah, terabyte. Let me see. Terabyte. Yeah, terabyte. That's crazy though, man. Oh shit. Um, yeah, yeah, terabyte. That's what it stands for. Okay. Um, all right. Let me see. Yeah, terabyte is what it stands for. Yes, terabyte. Um, and tops out at 1,999. Damn, son, that's 2 grand. 1,999 euros. Australia, $3,449 for 2 terabyte storage. Oh wow. Oh my gosh. The 13-inch iPad Pro 2024 starts at $1,299. That's like 1,300. Damn. One oh shit. 1,299 euros. Australia, 2,199 with 256 gigabyte of storage, rising to 1,499 €1,499. Australia, 2,549 for 512 gigabytes. 1,899. €1,899. Australia, 3,249 for 1 terabyte, and $2,099. The $2,299. You 2,299 euros. Australia, 3,949 for 2 terabyte. Damn, son. Damn, son. Um, oh shit. Oh my gosh, man. So this is crazy though, man. So in all cases, that's for Wi-Fi models. If you need 5G too, then the prices rise by 200. 200 euros, Australia, $350 for each model. Oh my gosh. If you choose a 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte model, then you also have the option of nano texture glass, which also adds to the price. A maxed out iPad Pro 13 2024 will set you back $2,599, 2,599 euros, Australia, $4,479. I wouldn't even spend $2,000 on a fucking iPad when I could get an Android tablet cheaper for that price, man, from Walmart. Oh shit. The iPad Pro 2024 comes in two sizes. There's an 11.0-inch model and a 13.0-inch version. The iPad Pro 11 2024 has dimensions of 249.7 and 177.5 and 5.3 millimeters and weighs 444 grams, while the iPad Pro 13 2024 is 281.6 and 215.5 and 5.1 millimeters and 579 grams. That makes both sizes slimmer than their predecessors, with the iPad Pro 11 being 5.9 millimeters, while the iPad Pro 12.9 is 6.4 millimeters. In fact, Apple claims the new 13-inch model is the thinnest Apple product ever. Both tablets come in a choice of silver and space black shades, and both are clad in aluminum. Damn. Shit. Yeah, let me break this down, man. I'm not gonna be able to read all this, so all the information is right there. So iPad Pro comes with cameras and battery. It also comes with specs and features. That great stuff right there. So if you want to take a look at all the information and features and all that other stuff, you can go to www.techradar.com/news/iPad Pro iPad Pro 2023. It should be 2024, not 2023. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into the next one. All right. All right, hold on. All right, so let's get into the next one, man. So this is Stern Pinball teams up with Lionsgate for slick new John Wick cabinets. So this was published on May 11, 2024. So this is still relevant. So, and this is from the folks from Hip Hop Wired, and they have a technology section of the news. They got technology news over there. I will cover that too. I was supposed to create a new segment for the technology section, but I think the technology goes hand in hand with goes hand in hand with gaming. So you know what I'm saying. So anyway, and this is from the folks from Hip Hop Wired. We are still patiently waiting for a John Wick video game, but until that day arrives, Stern Pinball is giving us the next best thing: a highly detailed pinball machine. Yes, we now live in a world where the classic arcades are rare, and video game consoles plus high-powered gaming PCs are kings. But believe it or not, they are there are still people out there who enjoy shaking cabinets, trying to top high scores, allowing companies like Stern Pinball to make state of the art machines. The company's latest creation, created in collaboration with Lionsgate, involves the revered Baba Yaga himself, John Wick, played by Keanu Reeves, who's playing Shadow in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. His iconic film franchise serves as the perfect template for Stern Pinball's latest pinball machines. The John Wick pinball machines arrive in three options: Pro, Premium, and Limited Edition for homeowners, arcade operators, and bars to buy. Each cabinet features unique neon noir style artwork from acclaimed um, artist Randy Martinez, and Premium and Limited Edition being the most distinctive options. The LE cabinet features a stained glass mirrored back glass, full color reflective, brushed silver foil, high definition cabinet decals, and hand drawn artwork by Randy Martinez. The John Wick cabinet is also not just a regular pinball machine either. Players will experience themed challenges focused around assassinations with an AI, artificial intelligence controlled opponent desperately trying to stop you from taking out your target. Per Stern Pinball, here is a breakdown of the unique feature. To raise the stakes, John Wick Pinball introduces Stern's all-new dynamic artificial intelligence combat system, an innovation that brings the frenetic combat of the legendary films to the game. The Stern's team has created a primitive video game artificial intelligence system to control the enemy lights on the playfield, setting the John Wick pinball games apart from prior pinball machines, where all lights were controlled by player actions, timers, and random number generations. In this new artificial intelligence combat system, enemy icons are responsive to player behavior and will illuminate dynamically around the playfield to challenge the player. The enemies move tactically with this dynamic software to counter player objectives, creating a unique challenge in each game session. The system also features a new action video player that dynamically reflects player action as you defeat three enemies. You'll see video clips of John Wick doing the same in the films. It's all in the details. And sorry about the cars, man. So sorry about that, man. I forgot to mute this. Sorry about that. Mute that. I forgot to mute that shit though, man. I'm sorry. Anyway, man. Yes, so fans of John Wick will be happy to see how much of the film's lore is represented on the cabinets, as plenty of fantastic details from the film are present. The machines feature the likeness of each of the four film's main characters, replicas of props like the Blood Oath coin, high quality film, and audio assets from the film that play on a video screen. Acclaimed actor Ian McShane, who plays the NYC Continental Hotel operator Winston, lends his voice and will narrate your progress during playthroughs. At the same time, Charlie Benente of Anthrax and Pantera fame provides the score, but the limited stands out the most, giving owners the most bang for the buck. It offers fully functional props such as a Blood Oath coin that opens when activated, John Wick's card that moves, and a gun cabinet that opens assassination missions. Wow. Wow. Of course, to make owners of the LE cabinet feel special, each one is individually numbered, has a certificate of authenticity signed by Stern President and CEO Seth Davis. Expression Lighting System, Speaker Expression Lighting, and will feature a piece of John Wick's iconic bulletproof suits from the films. We got hands-on with limited edition. Double HW Gaming's Bernard Bean Smalls got hands-on experience with the limited edition John Wick cabinet. It's a beautiful machine with all the lights on. It's the definition of sensory overload and delivers a unique pinball machine experience. Every man cave needs it, and Stern Pinball promises it is not as delicate as it may seem and can withstand the rockin' pro pinball players put their cabinets through. A rep for the company present during our preview says the cabinet are substantially more reliable than they've been in the past, so there are no problems. But if you encounter any issues, you can contact Stern Pinball's tech support by phone, and a tech from one of the dealer networks throughout the country will be dispatched to service your cabinet. And the price, you may ask, oh my gosh. So these beautiful pinball cabinets are not cheap. Shit, you think? The Pro Edition is $6,999. The Premium Edition is $9,699, and the Limited Edition is $12,999. God damn. That's fucking insane, man. This is insane. This is insane in the fucking membrane. Just like the iPad Pro. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Just like the iPad Pro, man. I'm not crazy enough about this shit though, man. That right there is just highway robbery 101, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's crazy, man. I would never do no shit like this, man. Yeah. Oh man, listen. Um You can head here to purchase one of your home or establishment, but to our surprise, the limited edition is already out of stock. Well, damn. But if you are a pinball enthusiast who would love to play the limited edition John Wick pinball cabinets, Stern Pinball's award-winning Insider Connect app can show you locations and help you find one to play. I thought pinball machines were out of style, man. This is like back in the 80s and 90s that it came out though, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I see any arcade machines anymore though, which is crazy. Anyway, the app also connects to your machines and logs your progress. It has daily scoreboards and issues contracts you can try to complete. Um, for instance, Stern Pinball and John Wick. Stern Pinball and oh wow, wait a second, man. So these are just pictures, man. These are just pictures, man. Um, so if you like to take a look at these pictures, you can go to hiphopwire.com/playlist/Stern Pinball Lionsgate John Wick Pinball Machine. All right. So that's where you could actually take a look at these pictures, man. But highway robbery, I would never do no shit like that though, man. Unfortunately, that's not happening. That shit is not fucking happening, man. I don't give a damn if it's how pretty that shit is, man. I don't care. Um Oh shit. What else, man? What else? What else? What else? Yeah, Amazon Fire TV devices, and we gotta talk about yeah. I'm gonna hold off on the new cartoon spin-off series for Cartoon Network for another episode. I'm gonna hold that off actually because I want to get to some other stuff too. So let me see. All right, let me hurry up, man. So the folks from Game Hub. All right, so let's get into it. In 2024, you don't need a console or a meaty PC to play Xbox games. All you really need is a controller and a device capable of running the Xbox app with its cloud streaming beta. As recently announced, Amazon's Fire TV Stick is the latest device to get support for the Xbox app. So you can now plug one of these dongles into the back of your TV and use it to stream games via Xbox Game Pass. Over the last week, I've been testing the servers, and while I haven't been blown away, I have glimpsed. And sorry about that, folks. I was not expecting that pop up, so I do apologize for that one. Um, not that I expected it, but I don't really want it right now. Anyway, man. Anyway, I haven't been blown away. I have glimpsed the face of the near distant future. When Australia sorts its internet issues and high speed internet is approachable and affordable for everyone, Xbox Cloud streaming will be a strong offering indeed. So how do you use Xbox Cloud streaming on an Amazon Fire Stick? So to set up Xbox Cloud streaming via an Amazon Fire TV stick, 4K or 4K Max, you'll need to plug the device into the back of your TV set, monitor, log into your Amazon account, and then head to the App Store. Here, you'll be able to download the Xbox app and log into your Xbox account, purchase the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription if needed, and then you'll be prompted to connect a viable controller, an Xbox wireless controller, a PlayStation DualSense, or a PlayStation DualShock 4. Once your controller is connected, you'll have access to the Xbox Game Pass library with the vast majority of games on the platform available for streaming. As long as you have internet capable of speeds beyond 20 Mbps, you'll be able to hop into all the latest games without needing to download them. And how game streaming feels on an Amazon Fire TV Stick, you ask. So yeah, it's crazy, man. So my first attempt at setting up Xbox streaming on my Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K Max didn't go well, but to explain why, context is needed. I'm connected to an Australian NBN at home, but service in multiple rooms is patchy. In my bedroom, the signal is fairly weak, and while I've tried various contenders, Ethernet cables and pass-through connections, I can't get a reliable signal without data bottlenecks. So surprisingly though, I was able to set up and run Xbox Cloud streaming in this room, and in fact the streaming service made special compensation for my particular issues, prioritizing loading and smoothness of gameplay even when visuals are artifacting. All right, so man, playing Coral Island, I was able to run through levels at about 240p. The visuals were horrible and ugly, but I could still play the game as everything else was running smoothly but underneath the fuzz. I mentioned this as those with lower speed internet may have hope. In this regard, I didn't expect to um, to be able to run Xbox Cloud streaming in my bedroom at all, and the fact that it was smooth regardless of data bottlenecks was a real surprise. All right, let me see. I'm not gonna be able to get to all this. What is the future of cloud streaming? I think I'm going to let me see. I am going to save this actually. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna save this for another time. Because I want to get to some stream some I want to get to what is it? I want to get to um I want to get to this. I want to get to fun activities to do for the weekend. So let me just do yeah. So let's do this. Hang on a second here. Hang on a second, folks. I did see. Hold on. Hang on a second here. There is some places that I need to actually discuss with y'all. So I want to actually make sure that I actually mention mention this. So hold on a second here. Let's all right. All right, it's time for remains to be seen, man. This is where I give you some fun activities to do for the week and weekend. Let's get into it right here. Remains to be seen, kid. Get it? Remains to be seen. Are you looking for fun activities to do for the week or weekend? I got a couple. I got like a couple answers for that for you at home. That's in the neck of the woods of the five boroughs and Long Island, aka Strong Island, and for all the people that's in Los Angeles and all the other stuff, you can go to www.timeout.com. That and you're gonna see a section where it says the state places, the city places and stuff, and you're gonna see this week and this weekend. You click on those, and you're gonna see a variety of places of fun activities to do. Everything requires a ticket. Each ticket is going to be expensive and all that great stuff right there. So I just wanted to actually get into that right there. So just as a reminder, when you go on timeout.com, all that great stuff, everything's going to be very pricey. So there it is. And speaking of pricey, if you missed out on the San Diego Comic Con, there is a New York Comic Con that's taking place at the Javits Center on October the 17th through the 20th next month. All right. It's going to have a variety. It's on the website, the NewYorkComicCon.com. You're going to see a variety of choices. You're going to see a beginner's guide to NYCC, which is New York Comic Con, ADA assistance program, facts, getting to NYCC. There's going to be some maps, mobile app, NYCCXP newsletter sign up, photo gallery reservations. It's important to do your reservations in advance so you can get a spot where you can actually watch all the action at New York Comic Con with all the people in their favorite costumes and stuff. Safety, security, and wellness, sponsors and friends of the show. And of course, there's also a New York Comic Con bodega. So you can check that out for yourselves. The tickets, hang on a second here, man. I don't know. So the tickets, I believe, let me see. How much are the tickets? Let me just grab um let me just grab this. So so the tickets general admission for Thursday $75. Friday is already sold out. Saturday is already sold out. Sunday $75. Sunday Kids $30 already sold out. NYCC at home $5.99 and all that stuff. And general admission already included. Well, 4-day has been sold out. There's that VIP ticket that's already sold out already. Exclusive NYCC merch. You can see more exclusive merch here, and of course, ticket mailing. The ticket mailing deadline is September 22nd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. If you purchase your tickets after that date, please bring your receipt. That's your confirmation email with the QR code to Will Call to pick up your ticket at New York Comic Con, excuse me. International orders will have to pick up their tickets at Will Call. All right, so there you have it right there, all that great stuff. And you can follow the New York Comic Con on social media, which includes Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. And if you have any questions, you can go make a call on the phone at 1-888-605-6059 for questions and all that great stuff right there. Now, we go to Angela Yee. Last episode I already talked about SneakerCon already. Which is in episode 347. Now, Angela Yee, an event which is the New York City Wine and Food Festival, takes place October the 17th through the 20th, which is about the same day. Hold on a second. It's the same. Wait a minute here. It's the same day as New York Comic Con. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, man. Anyway, man. So, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, Angela Yee is a media veteran and has been on the air for nearly 2 decades, interviewing top entertainers including Dave Chappelle, 50 Cent, Issa Rae, Cardi B, President Barack Obama, Jay-Z, Eminem, Nas, Vice President Kamala Harris, and more. And her new show, Way Up with Angela Yee, launched in 2023. Over the past 12 years, Angela has been co-host of Power 105's wildly popular, nationally syndicated Radio Hall of Fame show, The Breakfast Club, with DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God. The Breakfast Club has become the bullhorn for modern culture and is widely regarded as the most informative and entertaining top-rated contemporary hip-hop and R&B morning show today, and avid listeners have always eagerly anticipated Angela's regular rumor report, Ask Yee, and front page news segments. Angela is the recipient of 2 prestigious Gracie Awards, the Spirit of Detroit Ween Mission Award, the Shirley Chisholm Woman of Distinction Vice Chancellor's Achievement Award for AFUWI, and Airblazer Award from the Mentoring and Inspiring Women in Radio Group, and the Talent Masters Morning Show Bootcamp Award. Angela also sits on numerous boards, including American Foundation for the University of the West Indies, Now Rogers, We Are Family Foundation, the Fund for NYC Housing Authority, and the Shirley Chisholm Cultural Institute. So, and also you can also catch our podcast Lip Service on every streaming platforms as well. And yes, so there it is. There it is right there though. And also she's also going to be doing a Bacardi presents JJ Johnson's The Cookout, a hip-hop celebration, which is hosted by Rev Run and Angela Yee, which takes place Sunday, October the 20th at 4 p.m. I'm going to actually get into that information for you folks right here. I'll get into that information. And yeah, so the entry early, you have to get there early by 3:30 p.m. and it starts at 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And the location is Invesco Triple Q Festival Campus at Brooklyn Army Terminal. And the tickets for early entry is $188.23. General admission $146.62. Package deal $295.32. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And 21 years of age and older, all food and drinks included, casual attire, which is regular clothes. In other words, dress down, outdoor walk around tasting. Um, so host and performances. So DJ Too Much, Freeway, JJ Johnson, Field Trip, Reverend Angela Yee, and all that stuff. So, wow. So there's a lot of people that's gonna be there too. I'm not gonna be able to name all of them. So you can go to nycwff.org/cookout. And for more information, you can go to www.nycwff.org/personality/Angela Yee as far as the New York City Wine and Food Festival, which is presented by the Food Network. Now we're trying to figure let me see. Now we're trying to figure out where it's going to take. Where is it taking place, though? That's the question. Where is it taking place? Where is it taking place? That's the question. Let me see. Let me see. All right. So we have to. I gotta find out though. Let's see. So it's gonna be. Hold on a second. So wait a second. We gotta figure out where this is taking place. All right, let's find out where this is taking place. New York Wine and Food Festival. Okay, where does it take place? Yeah, I want to make sure I get that down too. Where does it take place? Where does it take place? Hang on a second. So the Food Network New York City Wine and Food Festival takes place in Brooklyn, New York. I don't know about the street address. Let me see. Let me see something here, man. Let me see. Let me see. Yes, so the Food Network New York City Wine and Food Festival, where it takes place on 408 12th Avenue. Wait a second. 12th Avenue, actually. Yeah, 12th Avenue, New York, New York. And the one in Brooklyn, it takes place at 8058th Street, Brooklyn, New York, as well as other dates. So it's October 17th, 18th. It's the same. Yeah, it's from October 17th through the 20th. All right. So there you have it right there, man. I'm about to wrap up right here, man. I've been there too long. All that great stuff, man. I've been there for too long, man. So let's get into our last segment right there. Last segment right here. Let me see. The last segment right here is, hang on a second. Stream choices on the go, man. Stream choices on the go, man. Hold on a second. All right. Make sure you follow the podcast not only on Facebook but also on Threads, along with my other podcast shows, including myself, G Money Stacks 555. It's the same username as it is on Instagram. Be sure to follow those pages. You can on Threads, you can repost, and on the great stuff right there. And if you go to the link in my bio, there's going to be Linktree/G Money Stacks 555. Be sure to check out the links to every streaming platform as I go through them, which is going to be Odyssey, Audible, Audio Burst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Bullhorn FM, Castbox FM, Deezer, Lucid Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Overall FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podhound, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podvine, Snips, Spotify for podcasters, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Fountain, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the #1 app where you can listen to music, radio, and podcasts for free. You don't need a credit card or debit card to download iHeartRadio. All you have to do is subscribe to iHeartRadio and other streaming platforms. Do the same with YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel page, G Money Stacks 555, for more live video podcast episodes. Enable alerts so you can know when each new episode is going to be recording and when it will drop. And of course, you can listen, stream, and watch new and previous episodes. Be sure to add the podcast to your playlist alongside with enabling alerts for new episodes dropping, which is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Tell a friend to another friend. Spread the word. Word of mouth is important. And of course, share my link tree with the podcast with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, friends, people you're cool with from work, and all that great stuff right there. And yes, that's gonna do it for me, man. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator. Thank you very much for listening and tuning into the 348th episode of Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast. All right. Remember, the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to go for it, work hard, and earn it. It's not gonna be given to you on the fucking silver platter. And of course, follow your heart, your goals and dreams. Do something that makes you smile creatively, mentally, physically, and spiritually, that gets you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. And also remember, there's no manual when it comes to your path and journey. All right. I'll see y'all next time on the flip side. And if you missed out on any of the fun activities that I didn't get a chance to talk about, is due to lack of time. Like I said, check out the Angela Yee event that I just talked about. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put those locations on the community tab on my YouTube channel page and on Threads as well, so that way you guys can actually get tickets and all that other stuff. And also, anything that I didn't get a chance to talk about, I'll discuss it in the next episode or the upcoming future episodes. So I will actually cover that. So like I said, I appreciate every single one of y'all. You could have listened to any other podcast in the whole world, but you chose to listen to this New York Avenue podcast platform right here. And I'll be back next time for episode 349. Enjoy your weekend. Have fun. Be careful out there. Be safe. And of course, get ready for fall next week with some warm clothes. And I hope y'all are prepared for the seasonal changes and all that great stuff right there. So yeah, there you go right there. Peace and one love. I'll see y'all on the flip side. Good night, everybody.